Good evening, this is Donna with Gifted Energies, and it's approximately 7:30 p.m. and I'm here tonight to do a reading for Tracy. Tracy, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do this reading for you. It's a great honor that you would put your trust in me to do this reading. Tonight we're doing a simplified version of the Celtic Cross spread. This consists of 6 cards, and I'm using John Holland's Psychic Tarot deck. You didn't really have a specific question, so you asked me for general guidance, and it's my intent that this reading brings you guidance from Spirit, just to let you know what direction to head and what things you can do to enhance your life at the present moment. So I'm going to begin by shuffling the deck, just until I feel an energy shift or I feel that the cards are ready to be read. I'm using John Holland's Psychic Tarot deck. This is one of my favorite decks. It's one of my go-to decks. I don't read reverse meanings of cards. If you see a card pop up in the reversed position, please just pay a little closer attention to that card. It usually has a deeper meaning for you. And it just, to me, it specifies to give it a little more attention than the other cards laying out. It usually has an effect on the whole reading in the end, and I'll kind of go over that as I summarize everything at the end. I'm just going to shuffle a couple more times. I feel pretty good about the way the cards feel tonight, and we will begin. The first card that I lay down is your experience to date. This is what led you to me, what's brought you to have this reading done. And it represents more of your recent past, the things leading up to this moment. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. And the first card tonight is your throat chakra. Throat chakra represents communication, creative expression. Usually, for me, when doing a reading, when one of the 7 chakra cards comes up in this deck, it usually tells me that you have a blockage or are having trouble with this area. So it may express that in your recent past that you've had trouble explaining how you feel about things or expressing yourself in words. It can also represent not being able to stand up for yourself and putting your foot down, standing your ground. So I feel that there may be some issues in that area. I also feel that with this communication problem that I'm picking up on, it's been almost a sudden change. It hasn't always been that way for you. That it has to do more with one situation or one person that you're dealing with that has been, the word problematic comes to mind, but I don't think that's the exact word I want to use. But there's someone that may be intimidating, or that you just feel you can't express yourself to them. You're having trouble communicating your thoughts, your feelings, and expressing yourself. The second card is where you stand now, your current position. And this card has come in the reverse position. I'm going to go ahead and flip it to the upright position. And this is material and spiritual prosperity. This shows me that life in general, and oh, I'm sorry, I just realized that I'm not getting a clear view of everything. So I'm going to move the camera here just so that we can see the whole spread. This tells me that life is pretty good for you right now, that you're in a good place, that your needs are being fulfilled, and this is your physical needs as well as your spiritual needs. I feel that this has to do with the root chakra, that feeling of security, of safety, self-preservation. Having trouble speaking tonight, sorry. you're able to look out toward the future and see what lies ahead. You have a vision. You can see where you want to be in the long term, and you have an idea of how to get there. The third card represents your near future. This is where you're heading. This is what direction and what steps you should be taking to get there. And this is reverse. This is your crown chakra. This is the energy center that it is your connection to the divine spirit, connection to higher self, higher awareness, higher consciousness, and it's the connection to the angel realm and the universal life force that flows through everyone. What I intuitively feel from this card, the message that's coming through, is to trust your higher guidance, your own wisdom. It's not that gut feeling, but it's that inner voice, not ego. There's a thin line between ego and your connection with spirit. And sometimes it takes some fine-tuning and understanding of who's speaking to you. Your higher self, that higher consciousness and connection to the divine, is going to be very loving and supportive. It's going to tell you you can do it. It's going to push you towards doing better things for yourself. It wants to see you succeed. Whereas ego usually is that nagging little voice that brings in fear, that you're not good enough, or that you can't do it, that you're not going to like something once you've tried it. That's the voice you need to push out of your head. Listen to that divine guidance, that voice that lifts you up and picks you up. And trust it. This really has to do with trusting your connection to spirit. The fourth card is where you stand in the future, how the environment has an effect on you, what you can expect from outside influences. This can come as a warning or things to look out for, or it can come as guidance towards and what to head for, what to look for, what things to surround yourself with. So the card that I'm drawing, and again, this is in the reverse form, this card is authority, and I feel it's very important because I feel it has a connection with that throat chakra that I pulled first. This is your trusting yourself, trusting your own wisdom, your own guidance, but also standing your ground and living your truth. That you're going to be in your future, you're going to stand in a position where you have higher knowledge, that I feel that others may be coming to you for guidance, and coming to you for, well, guidance is probably the best word to use. I was going to say something like counseling or something, but advice, guidance, that you are going to have, you're going to take back that power, that loss of a communication, or the trouble that you've had with expressing yourself. I don't feel that in your future that's going to be an issue anymore. You're going to move past it, and you're going to have a bit of power above others. And I really feel that this is where ego might come into play again. That don't let yourself get too big-headed. That there's such a cliche to say, but with power comes great responsibility. Be fair in your dealings with others. Don't be ethical. Use your ethics. Use your... Even what I'm picking up on is, and it goes back to this first card, the fact that you might have problems with someone or expressing yourself to someone, here in the future I feel that you rise above that and you have the opportunity, and this may or may not deal with career, but in a sense I feel that I'm leaning more towards the career side on this, that it's almost like you rise above those people and you have some power over them. I don't know if power is the right word, but you rise to a higher status where they're left behind. To me, it's like if you're both running for a management position, for some reason this person may have all the qualifications that are needed for that position, but they lack something within. They lack that integrity or something to do with their personality, and the position is given to you instead. So now you're above them. It's almost like you're being their boss. And where that power comes in and where the ethics comes in is, don't try to get back at them. Just let it be. You are better than that. You are better than belittling them or putting them down in any way. Not that you're the type of person that would do that, but that temptation might be there. That feeling of, ha, I got it and you didn't, it serves you right. Just let it go. As simple as that, is let it go and focus on you and your own future and your own integrity. You build yourself up. You don't need to, just be the best that you can be in all areas. The fifth card represents the best that you can hope for, what you can expect to happen. This, to me, has to do with your own feelings and emotions. If you're to follow on your path, this is what the best outcome can be expected to look like. What you can expect in your future if you continue down the path that you're on. And again, this is a very important card. Pay close attention. It's in the reversed form, and this is spiritual union. And this card lays across here. And this doesn't necessarily mean a romantic connection, but I feel that you're going to connect with somebody and have a higher understanding. It's like that instant click that it's calling forth your soul tribe. And I honestly feel that it's more than one person coming through that you're going to have a connection with. I feel that it's a group of people, and that you might even be working on a project together. But it's just like whatever you're working on or coming together for, it's a higher purpose, and it's just almost like magic, the way that your energies flow together and how the ideas come forth and how well you work together. It's almost like you have the same thoughts, you see the same vision for one another as well. And again, I feel that it's more than one person. I don't necessarily feel that this is a romantic connection at all, but I feel that you'll come together to work together for a higher purpose. And I feel that you'll be very successful in what you do. It's rising above the position that you stand in now for the highest good of yourself as well as others. There's something very positive coming forth, very positive energy that shows me that it's greater than you. This reading isn't just about you. It's about what you can do for others and how you guys can work together. So the 6th card is the outcome. This is the best that can happen, and this is what is most likely to happen. And the card is reversed, and this is conflict and defeat. And what I feel with this card is that in the end, to me, this is a struggle. We have the best that can happen. It's making that connection with others and working for the highest good. But I'm being pulled back to this card here, that desire to say, okay, you deserve what you get kind of thing. To me, it's like, okay, you need to rise above that and work together. And this person or connection that you're having trouble with, the energy surrounding it is there's a lot of tension. And overall in this reading, I feel that to reach the best outcome, the best possible thing that you can hope to happen, is to move past that tension and to let bygones be bygones and just get along, to accept people for who they are, accept yourself for who you are, recognize your differences and move beyond those differences. This doesn't have to be the future. This, I feel, is a warning that if you're not aware, and remember this card was reversed, if you don't, if you take your power to the extreme, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but this is what's coming through to me. You have to be aware of the power that you hold, especially the power that you hold over others and how that power affects them. Come from heart center with everything and everyone that you deal with. Be compassionate, be open-minded, and willing to look past the things that you don't like about others. This is really about those connections and making them work. I feel that once you get past this difference, once you're able to communicate, and going back to this communication, it's creative expression. Finding a different way or more. I almost feel like with some people you may feel that you're walking on eggshells at times. And you may not want to always. It's almost like, no, screw it. I don't have to. I don't give a care what these people think. I'm just going to say it as it is. But sometimes saying it as it is creates conflict. And finding a more diplomatic way of expressing yourself or a more creative way of expressing yourself that may not offend others, and being aware of others' feelings and showing that compassion is really important in making that spiritual connection and that spiritual union. I feel that that's what you need to work on at this time. That this is what's surrounding this reading. As this card came as both, I feel, a very positive fact that you're rising above where you've been, but it also comes as a warning to tread lightly and not take that power to the extreme. Be compassionate. That's what I just keep hearing that over and over. Be compassionate in your dealings with others. Treat them as you would want to be treated look past your differences and just do your best to get along and make things work. Things will flow a lot smoother. And in the end, whatever this big project that I see, I have to, I read it, I can't think of my words tonight. Say it once again, because it's just being told to me once again. This is bigger than you. This has to do more with a group of people or the higher good of all involved, not just your highest good. It's greater than you. Looking past these differences, working past them, that is your way to bypass this outcome and to reach that perfect harmony. And I think that that's going to help you reach your life path as well. I feel that this reading really shows me that you have an opportunity for soul growth, for learning something about yourself when dealing with others. And again, I'm being told compassion. Use compassion. Be compassionate. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do this reading for you. I hope that this reading has brought you the guidance and insight that you're searching for. Please feel free to contact me with any questions about the reading. I wish you a wonderful evening, brightest blessings, and thank you once again. Bye-bye.